It's the Jack
and Kathy
Show.
Shit Show.
And there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think
one?
if yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're starting. Oh my God.
What words did you just utter?
I have a bad feeling about this podcast.
Why do you have a bad feeling, dear?
What do you mean? Look at you right now.
I know. No, don't look. Everybody just listen today. Don't look.
Does that look handsome?
Yes, dear. You look handsome. I like how you strike a pose. You're like, you give the sunken cheeks.
My ears are still bent from wearing masks. I'm convinced. You know how those people in Africa have that, like, the lip thing? I'm convinced my ears are permanently out because of those fucking masks.
Probably.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Let's get closer together.
No,
hey,
let's
can you
not.
grab, while I've got you, that's the thing we're going to talk about tonight. While we don't have paired questions, we're going to do that game
gift we
thing.
got from Erin. Erin.
Hey, Erin. So we have nothing planned for this podcast. Not one.
Zero.
Well, this.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's reversed. It's called Let's Get Deep. I almost said Let's Go Deep.
It's questions for couples.
After Dark Expansion Kit.
So we were in Elkhorn, Wisconsin today.
Hello.
Because they had their last flea market.
Do you want to sit on me again?
Like that? Okay. They had their last flea market, and I dragged you to it, and it was raining, and we were going to go mountain bike riding, but we didn't. So what does one do then? You go to a bar.
Go to a bar.
That's
that
what you do.
It. We went to a bar.
And we called on my good friend Erin, and she lived 10 minutes away, and she drove over and joined us, and we just had the best conversation.
She is known as Wisconsin Tim.
Wisconsin
on our Instagram
Tim, right?
followers.
And
oh my God!
Oh,
fuck!
the
We gotta
rain
go fix the.
is coming.
We really have to go fix the outside now.
Oh,
Can we press pause?
yeah. Pause.
All right, I'm gonna press pause. Okay,
We're back. That was an emergency situation.
So rain is just starting to come down like crazy, and we had to mitigate some water
had to
challenges
batten down the hatches in our shitty little house.
So that's why there was that little break.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, we were in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, and called on Erin, and Erin came and joined us, and we just had the best conversation. She is absolutely wonderful, and she has agreed to record a podcast with us next weekend.
More formally said, she will be a guest on the Jack and Kathy Shit Show.
Yes.
October 1st.
Well,
correct?
that's when we
Saturday,
will
we're going to record it. Yep.
So it'll, yeah. But anyway, so Erin is just a lovely human, and she brought us an amazing gift, and a slightly frightening gift, but could be fun. So Erin, bless her heart, is a listener.
One of three.
Well, yeah.
12.
Did we lose some?
We might
Went
have.
from
My
12
mom
down to
used to.
3?
I don't think she does anymore. My daughter definitely does. Does anyone in your family listen?
I don't think so.
Fucking A. That's bullshit.
I know.
It is bullshit.
I know.
Fuckers.
Hey, take that back.
Take that back.
But yeah, we just had a great time talking with Erin nonstop about relationships, really.
Yeah.
And she could not be happier for us. She is definitely a supportive and beautiful human being, and brought us this great gift called these cards for couples, questions for couples, called Let's Get Deep. And some of them wildly inappropriate.
Can we?
That will make me blush.
So in honor of Erin, since we really don't have anything to talk about. Oh, by the way, welcome back from your world travels.
Yes, I was traveling across Europe. I did go to Prague.
Muffy, how was Prague?
And then I went to Vienna. Oh, yes, darling.
How were the wait staff there? Did they attend to you?
Well, everything was absolutely lovely.
Meanwhile, I was at home slaving over the house.
Yeah, you had a little fun in there. I don't know if we can.
I don't know that. I don't know that I had any fun at all. Where did I?
Alex and Sam were here. You went to the Packer game and sat in the box. Well, it was the Bears game, but we know how that goes. All right.
That could have been a fun time. It was actually fun. I should take that back.
It was fun.
What do you think of, in honor of Erin? I can't believe we just glossed over the fact that you were in Vienna and Prague and that I went to a Bears-Packers game. We're just like, yep, we did this. And next topic.
Yeah,
we just gloss over shit sometimes. Yeah. Like our lives are just so common.
Yep.
Welcome back. I missed you bunches of oats.
I know you did. I missed you too.
I don't think you missed me as much as I missed you.
I went I was in Prague and Vienna, so.
Is that you didn't?
I missed you. I told you I missed you. I called you at least twice a day and then texted you all day in between.
You should have called me 6 times a day because that's how much I needed you.
So.
Anyway, what do you think of, in honor of Erin? Did you just check yourself out on the camera?
I checked you out on the camera.
That's nice.
Handsome.
What do you think of, in honor of Erin, spending time just answering a bunch of those questions?
Let's do it.
Like almost the whole episode. Do you think you can do it?
Yeah, I'm a little afraid. It comes in 3 tiers of things called level 1 is an icebreaker, level 2 is deep, and level 3 is deeper.
So on questions that we both feel uncomfortable answering, for whatever reason, do we have an agreement that if we say don't want to answer it, we both agree no matter who says it? Yeah. Right?
Definitely.
So this whole episode will be in honor of Erin because Erin always wants us to answer paired questions. She said that she thought we should go to the deeper end of the pool. Yeah. When we saw her today. She feels we don't go to the deep end of the pool enough, or as deep as we can possibly go, which leads to so many euphemisms that I promise I won't do.
Okay. So let's pick out one card so far. This one is an icebreaker.
Okay.
If we needed a fun safe word during
Jesus
sex,
Christ. How is that top of the...
What would you want it to be? You answer that first.
So you know what it conjures in my head?
What?
Did you ever see Portlandia?
Yes.
Do you know what the safe word is?
Oh, what is it?
Oh, Key, please just do the cacao thing. You
don't have to do cacao. And then one of them's doing it all the time. Cacao.
Right. Cacao. He's touching her all over. It's like cacao. And then I went to the store. Cacao. So for me, it would be cacao. Only because I couldn't stop laughing. What would yours be? Cacao too? We should have a cacao. Okay. That was good.
A safe word. Ow.
Oh, stop. That's terrible. Ow.
Ow. If I ever go,
isn't your safe word really a series of safe words like get off me?
I'm not fucking doing that.
Oh.
No chance in hell.
Yeah. Nice try, buddy. I'm over there going.
Maybe with your next girlfriend.
Don't ever say that. I'm
all right,
serious.
Next one.
Don't ever say that.
That was kind of entertaining. Cacao. Lights off or lights on during sex?
How is this icebreakers? These are just
to get you kind of groomed into the really intense stuff.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights on or... Oh, I don't care.
Don't care at all.
Yeah, no.
Early on
you're
you
gonna
did.
See,
Early on you did.
Sure, but now you've kind of seen it all.
Early on you did.
Like,
you know that.
I know you like me, so...
I liked you regardless.
I know you liked me, and it's like, why hide anything?
I think the only thing you asked me to do is to close the shades.
Oh yeah, so the neighbors don't have to,
right? Because I couldn't
be tortured.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah,
right. I'm always proud of it.
Oh, stop it!
I would be. I couldn't care less. Let them see.
You're one of those creepy guys.
It's not creepy. If someone wants to look into my house and see me going to town, I don't give a shit. Enjoy the show, brother.
When you're not you're a voyeur, or you're a voyeur.
A voyeur is
exhibitionist.
Well, I'm not an exhibitionist. I just don't care. Exhibitionist means I'm putting myself there because I want someone to see it. But if someone's going to find a way to creep and look into our house, have at it. I'm pretty proud of the way we look.
Me, not so much.
Oh, stop it. Delicious.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm sticking with you, kid. Okay.
Stay on the icebreakers.
All right. A couple more. Would you give your partner a lap dance?
Oh, fuck yeah.
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 Yeah,
First of all,
I
because
would.
I like to dance.
I would probably need a little tequila to go with it, though.
Why? You're still shy after all this time. It's me.
I know.
It's not like give your partner's friend a lap dance or give a stranger.
I know. No, it just would.
You need to loosen up a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I would.
And some music.
If anything,
said dance.
I think it comes back to the safe word of stop. Like I'd be lap dancing, you'd be like, why are you doing that? I'd be standing at a step stool.
I would not be able to get through a lap dance with a straight face.
Without
I'd be
laughing.
like biting my lower lip, doing my.
I know. Oh, don't do that look. It just you used to be a model, and it so doesn't work.
And I would try to do everything unsexy during this lap dance just to make you laugh. Like that would be, and you and I would be rolling.
I know, but there's a part of me would love for you to go whole sex appeal thing. Like we should put a poll in our house and just to test it, and we'll video it on our next podcast.
The idea of me in the shape I'm in right now,
do you know that,
imagining I could even begin to pole dance, which takes a large degree of athleticism.
Well, you know what I'm
and
thinking
coordination.
Of? Yes.
We'd be
dying laughing. Right.
Yeah.
And then nothing physical would happen because we'd be laughing too hard. Do you know what it reminds me of is that TikTok. Fucking hate TikTok. That TikTok of that really hot chick doing that dance.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Then the really uncoordinated chick tries to do the same dance.
Oh, my gosh.
Key, if you could insert that right now.
So good.
Yes, that's what it would remind me of. You doing a pole and just sliding down and poof, hitting the ground. I'm not trying to be mean to you.
All right. Do you prefer eyes open or eyes closed in the bedroom? What? That's a funny question.
I think no, I mean, it could mean while you're, no. I mean, think about it. It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that just depends.
I don't know if I like that
That's an
question.
unusual one. Would you ever attend a swingers party?
Never.
Hell
Never.
to the no.
Nope. Never.
Okay, that one's done.
Never. I don't want to talk about it. I can't stand it.
Have you ever purchased lube?
Do we want to talk about what? Do we want to talk about? I'm so uncomfortable all of a sudden. Yes.
Okay. Coconut oil
I think it's the bomb.
is the bomb.
Yeah.
Need
And by the
nothing
way,
else.
I think this is really important. This is almost scientifically, this is going to be really uncomfortable for any of our family members listening, and I don't care. I don't care what age you are. I think like something like coconut oil just moves things along because you can still have nature's lubricants.
Yeah.
Wink, right? But the coconut oil just makes things a little more fun.
Yeah.
And easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I think it's better than spending money on the medical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Agreed.
healthy, it's safe. Watch someone's going to listen to this and find out it's not. Okay.
Have you ever been walked in on while having sex? No.
No. Okay.
No, thank goodness. Do you like to be called any names during sex? Which ones? Names? Like,
Well, every once in a while I get an
Julie?
asshole. There's a line from Bull Durham. I am all about pop culture. Where Susan Sarandon is having sex with Nuke Lelouch, who was her former husband. What's his name now?
oh yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. But they're fooling around. And if you remember, Kevin
Costner.
Costner's character is named Crash. And Susan Sarandon says, "Oh, Crash." And Nuke stops. What is her ex-husband's name? They met each other on that
Quaid.
set. No, it's not Randy Quaid. It's not a Quaid. It's, oh my God, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name. But they were married for the longest time.
Oh, right.
You'll think of it. Bring it down from the cloud. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
So she says, "Oh, Crash." And he stops midway and goes, "You just called me Crash." And she said, "I did not." And he goes, "You just said Crash." And she goes, "Would you rather I be having sex with him saying your name or sex with you saying his?" He goes,
And he was okay with
he was
that.
like, "All right, I get it."
All right, got it.
Yeah, I don't. Is there a name that you want to be called? 'Cause
No, I mean, I do like it when you say sweet things to me, you know, like you tell me that I'm hot and you tell me I'm sexy and hot and then sexy.
You want to go into more detail or no?
No, that's it.
All right, good. I didn't know where you were going. I don't know if she knows that this is recording. Is it recording?
You?
Are there names I'd like you to call me?
Yeah.
I love when you just say my name. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's great. Just don't ever use another dude's name. It is lights out.
Yeah, I would think so.
No, but everything's great.
When was the last time you sent a nude?
You'll never get one from me. Ever.
Yeah, I haven't.
Even if you requested it, you'll never get one.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want one?
No, I don't need
The
one.
closest nude I ever sent you was when we first started dating. It was a picture I had of me when I was in Arizona, or I got back from Arizona.
Yeah.
When I was
just from the waist up.
But I was ripped, and this is going to sound so, I think I even sent it to my kids. I was so, I lost a shit ton of weight, got in great, I was mountain biking 30 miles a day, almost every day with these intense guys. And I remember turning the corner in this bathroom in this huge mirror. I turned the corner and the light was just right. I looked at myself, and I know this sounds terrible. I was like, oh, fuck, you look good. And I grabbed my camera and took a picture of it. And did you remember that picture?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Is that the benchmark for your ultimate fitness?
Are you telling me I'm fat?
I'm asking you a
where
question.
we just went?
I'm asking you a question.
I know that I could look like that. And then since I've met you, I've put on 12 pounds or 18 pounds, where the fuck it is, because we're having so much fun. Yes, that's why we're talking about going to the club this week.
Yeah.
And starting a workout program. Because I know that that's what I could look like. But I felt great in that picture. That's the closest thing to a nude I've sent you. You've sent me several.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I just said?
You've seen me several.
I said, you've sent me several.
No, I haven't.
You've sent me a ton.
I have not.
Yes.
You are so full of shit.
No, you haven't. I'm kidding. Do you feel like you want to send me some? I'm just asking.
No.
Okay.
What is your opinion on sexting, sending nudes?
We've never really sexted one another, have we?
No, we haven't.
Should we? I'm feeling like we should.
I don't know. We're kind of together all the time.
Yeah, we have a lot of sexting at home.
I think so.
So I don't think
we have a pretty intimate relationship. Sorry, kids.
When you say intimate, what do you mean?
Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Recency, frequency? We're doing it right now. And we're laughing. Get off of me.
Have you done or would you do a boudoir shoot? No, that's... No.
I don't know if I want anyone seeing pictures of us now.
Do you prefer to be on top or on bottom?
Oh my God, this is my favorite question.
Is it your favorite?
Yeah. Right now, I think it's hilarious because it's.
Well, it's not it's a preference based on what my knees can withstand.
That's what I mean. I think it's fucking hilarious. You get to be our age, and it's like I can't do that right now.
I can't. My knees are.
Oh, my back. I need some water. You want to just watch TV? Because can I just be blunt on this podcast? I can't believe we're doing this. I really appreciate when I get to rest. I can't believe we're doing this. But it lasts like for about 2 minutes because you're like, I think I lost feeling in my knees. And it's so, as you get older, you have to, don't you agree? You're so red-faced right now. It's great.
And then I need like something
like almost a crane to lift you up.
Pry me off and just push me away.
It's like this. You got to get a harness under your arms.
Okay, let's lift the lady now. Let's lift the lady.
Kathy is attempting to dismount.
If anyone's listening to this, they must think we're high as fuck, and we're not. Not even close.
Imagine if we were like judges in a sporting event.
So it's zeros all the way across.
Kathy is attempting her dismount now. I'm not quite sure what she's doing with her left leg.
We need stunt doubles for all this stuff. Okay, so we're going to go deep. You want to go deeper now? We're 20 minutes in.
Deeper, and I don't know if it's going to be appropriate, but we'll
try.
See. Have you ever had a threesome? Are you open to it?
No.
Oh, maybe you should.
No fucking way.
Well, you kind of gave it away now.
No, I don't want to talk about it when I'm not open to it.
Okay. All right.
What was that for? Oh, always take the look off your face.
What do you think we should do to keep our spark alive in the bedroom?
I don't think we have any problem there whatsoever.
We don't, but I'll tell you what I feel does keep our spark alive is I think we just, like this podcast even, just feeling close to you, like the stuff that we share in and is the time we share together and the things we do together and even the intellectual conversations and cracking up laughing. I think it creates this, I don't know. I think it's just a really emotional connection. And then that links to the physical part of it to me.
But I don't like the term balance because that sends some sort of measurement of equal, right? Mm-hmm. But if you were to view, can we go to the deep end of the pool for a second, babe?
Yeah, please.
If you were to view life in terms of buckets and, intellectual pursuits and emotional pursuits and physical pursuits and sexual pursuits and spiritual, if you're spiritual, right, or religious, each one of those are buckets, if you will, okay? And even just maybe animal pursuits, right? Like, oh, can you turn that off? Grab it for me. Alex is FaceTiming us right now. So we'll just turn it off, yeah. So if you were to look at life in terms of those buckets, right? And so rather than having balance, that you can't have some buckets go empty because that's where lack starts to get in. And so I think physical is as important as intellectual and emotional.
It is, but
right?
I would say that some of the other ones need to come first for me. And I think that's very much like a woman. Like, I need the intellectual and emotional connection
to
and
feel
either
physically connected, yeah.
To feel that the switch goes on. Have I talked to you about this before? Like, I have this theory.
Oh my God, if it's about other men, I'm not going to be able to handle it.
No, stop it.
Okay.
I have this theory about how the path and connection and intimacy follows a different route for men than it does for women. I think men can have a sexual exchange with a partner and feel more connected because of it. And then that will aid the emotional connection and aid the intellectual connection. With women, I think the route is different. I think you need to connect first with our heads, then you have to connect with our hearts, and then the rest will flow, like the physical desires.
Kathy is pointing to her lower extremities. So for those of you not watching, you touched your forehead, you touched your chest, and then you literally put your hands
in my crotch.
In your crotch.
Which actually I still have my biking shorts on, so I feel nothing but padding right now. But no, this is, I have said this before multiple times. I don't know if I've said it to you in the 15 months we've been together, but I believe that flow is different. And I truly think that for women, our pathway is wired differently to sexual gratification, satisfaction. And it starts in our heads. Then it's our emotional connection, and then that physical chemistry can be there. And yeah, I think for men it can be the opposite. Not to say you wouldn't flow that way, but I think physical intimacy oftentimes makes you feel emotionally connected. And we need to feel emotionally connected before we want to.
Not all women, I don't think.
Yeah, well,
I think you are that way. You could say more women are that way.
I'd say more women are that way.
I knew quite a few women who just didn't give a shit. They just want to get their groove on.
Well, sure, but it depends on what they're, that aside, like if you're in terms of
outliers.
I'm talking more in what we're looking for as a foundation to making a real relationship work.
Yep.
That, if you and I had like one of our off days, which are very few and infrequent these days, but they have happened, the last thing I'm thinking of is any intimacy. And because things just aren't right.
Yeah.
But
I think men can more easily, I like your analogy though of men feel closeness by having sex, because I would agree with you 100% that when a woman starts to withhold that, the man starts to think that there's something wrong with him. We are identified by that quite a bit, right? There's boy, we could go down a lot of paths, and I don't know who's listening, but I think this is important to talk
Nobody,
about.
don't worry about it.
I think this is really important. I think men get consumed with making sure that a woman has an orgasm. So and it's not a conquest thing, it's an accomplished thing, right? That we've satisfied some need. And I've learned as I've gotten older that doesn't matter, right?
Right.
That intimacy doesn't have to end in some sort of glorious explosion of stuff. I've also would totally agree as a man, there's times when there's a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist, and he said that more men than women, but this happens in both, so I don't want to just play a gender role here, that sometimes men just like to sport fuck because they don't give a shit. Just want to go out, get laid, get done.
Sure. And there are some women that like to do that
totally
too.
agree.
For sure.
And then there's some that
nothing wrong with that
have to have the emotional connection. I can, and then some whatever level in between, right? I can speak to myself that I much prefer having the laughter and the connection, because that's getting back to what I was talking about. Those buckets then all get filled, right? Because all of it's getting filled at the same time. And so that's the equilibrium that I like. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the question a lot.
Yeah, that was actually kind of good.
All right, let's go. Can we go even deeper?
Oh, even deeper.
Because we've gone deeper.
That sounds
What's the
scary.
deeper? What's the next deepest level? What was it called? Oh, deeper.
Deeper. Here.
Who doesn't like going deeper?
Okay, here's a deeper.
Okay, let's do it.
What's a movie sex scene that you want to recreate? I can't think of any.
Come on.
Can you think of some?
Yeah.
What?
I can think of the soundtrack from it.
What is it?
So Jeff Bridges was in it, and they were having sex in a cave. It's a really hot, sweaty cave. Take a look at me now. I'm on an empty fan.
Who is he?
Phil Collins is the lead singer. I can't remember the chick, but it was really hot.
Huh. What were the circumstances? How did they get in the cave? What is it?
I don't remember that. I was young though too. This movie, I was probably like 22 when this came out.
Yeah.
So that's the one that popped into my head right away. Because I remember that particular scene, and they were just like on a beach and everything else like that. So whatever. That's all.
Yeah,
I can't
think of. No, I can't think of it. No.
Really?
I have a terrible memory though too. Like I can't remember.
You're not a movie.
I can't
thing.
conjure up. You can conjure up.
Yeah.
You could probably think of half a dozen movies in 30 seconds. So I'm just bad. All right, here's another deeper.
Okay.
Do you feel like you can communicate with your partner what you like and don't like in bed?
Can I answer for you on that?
Sure.
Oh boy, you just
and I'll add to it.
Your eyes just got. No, you answer first, and I'll see if you're going to say this.
We've actually talked about this.
Yep.
And I can be a little bit shy.
Well, let's make sure we say shy doesn't mean that we're asking you to do or we're trying to do some crazy shit.
Right. No.
It's just that. Go ahead.
Like asking specifically for what you want. Well,
like if that's working type thing. Like you kissing my neck.
I'm getting bashful. Yeah.
Well, but that's the point, right? That's the point of the question.
I know.
Because you know me, I'm way open to anything, right? And say yeah or no or right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're getting so bashful right now. It's the funniest thing.
It's not. I mean, if I am shy about talking to you about it, not shy. Okay. Not that I'm shy to do anything with you, but to like verbalize it, I feel kind of bashful.
I know.
Like
And I don't think that's just, I think your nature, and you're getting used to with me.
Yeah.
Feeling comfortable about that. Yeah. That's just your nature. Yeah.
So,
all right. You got really uncomfortable on that one. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's totally okay.
Has our sexual relationship gotten better, worse, or stayed the same over time? I think it ebbs and flows.
What?
What do you mean? What?
Say it's increasingly better every time. Ebbs and flows. Where have I missed the mark?
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
Oh.
It just, well, sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes you have more time. There are, I don't know, everything under the sun.
Am I not hitting the mark?
That's not the point. It's
well,
not
it
saying
says gotten better, worse, or stayed the same. Has it gotten worse at any point?
No, I
for
wouldn't
you?
say it's ever gotten worse.
How do you think it stayed the same?
Well,
you got to
sometimes
get yourself out
we
of this rat fucking hole. Go ahead. Tap dance right now, Gregory Hines.
Stop it. No, I mean, sometimes we are adventurous and sometimes we do what we already did.
I think that's more of what you mean. Because I don't think we'd classify it or judge it. That's a judging thing. Better, worse, or stay the same.
Right.
I think there are moments when there's some wham bams and there's some times that are crazy intimate and some times that we've got a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah.
I would say, for me, I would say it's gotten better. If we were to put a judgment on it. By better, I mean, I feel you're getting more relaxed. I just feel it's such an easy, everything is easy with us, I feel. Do you agree with that? And if things even aren't working when we're there, we both kind of go, yeah, this isn't working. Yeah. Right? We have that kind of, let's go out and grab something to eat.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Let's watch TV.
Right. But I think when you put too much emphasis on it, that's where I think the problem comes in with sex.
Yeah.
Is that there's this massive emphasis that it has to be we talked about it earlier.
Like it has to be this mind-blowing
movie thing.
Orgasm, like
what's one of the first things I said to you?
Sexual intimacy always has to end in an orgasm.
And this intense, deep, and
it's
sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's goofy noises and it's, right?
Yeah. All of those.
To me, what has made it better is just how close I am to you. That's what it really is. It's an extension of how much I care for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're right. If it definitely hasn't been worse, and it's hard to quantify it, and I think overall our intimacy has grown and continues to grow.
Well, and we're getting just better at everything.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's I think early on there was a lot of newness, so that's the exciting part about it. But then it never waned. We're 15 months in, right? And I know
and isn't that interesting that because you always think that in the beginning that's when the sexual sparks fly the highest and the brightest, right? And I feel like we have continued to become closer and more emotionally intimate.
That's right.
And the intensity of the sexual side of it
is a reflection of that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
keep going. We'll do a few more because we're at 30 minutes.
Have you ever injured yourself during sex? How?
Next one.
No. Yeah. That's. Ask your partner, what is something I do that makes you feel good about your body?
Oh. Well, am I answering? What is something? Okay, so I'm answering about what you do that makes me feel good about my body.
Yeah.
There's several things. Is this weird to talk about? No,
it's all weird.
This is all weird. I like how you put your hands on my chest and tell me that I'm really sexy. I like how you.
That's funny because that was my same answer. How you put your hands on my chest.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
And I like how you grab my butt and go, I love this butt.
Yeah, I love your butt.
And that's about as much as I want to share with anybody.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, you didn't answer me. Just what is that? It just I grab your boobs. That's what you like.
You love my boobs. You love my whole body.
I love everything about you.
But you especially are like, oh, those are perfect.
I do spend some time there. It can be a little annoying, I'm sure.
Okay, that's 30 minutes.
No, let's do two more.
Two more.
And then we'll call it a night.
All right, you pick two.
Randos. There we go, that one.
Ask your partner, is there anything I can do to improve our sex life?
Do I think there's anything we could improve?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I really mean it. Since we've met, I know there was one time, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I should think this through a little bit.
Be very careful if
even
you
on,
are hesitating.
I know early
something.
on, it's not detail as much as like early on, I think maybe you were a little surprised about how much energy I had, maybe. Is that am I getting there subtly?
Probably, yeah.
Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, yep.
It's like early on, you're like, okay. Where it was, and I went, this is me. Like
Yeah.
This, to me, is a big part. Like, it's no different than us getting really into music.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm like all in whatever I do, right? So I want to be very present.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no, there's nothing. I think what's gotten better about us is you've gotten much more willing to talk about things that make you feel comfortable, make you feel relaxed. And that's huge for us. Mm-hmm. Because again, I don't view it. I think sometimes you start going down that path and you get caught up, and it's the best way I can describe it, because I'm all pop culture, right? After the end of the Super Bowl, Jim McMahon was interviewed when the Bears won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I said, what was it like playing in the Super Bowl? What was it like? Was it just amazing being in a Super Bowl? And he goes, it was pretty much another football game.
Yeah.
I snapped the ball and I threw it. Like, the moment wasn't too big for him. And I feel that way about us when it comes to sex. Mm-hmm. It's never, it's just, it is what it is in that moment, and you just go with that, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we're in sync a lot of times in that, right? It's not like one of us wants at a certain intimacy level. I think we just talk it through. So anyway, your turn to answer the question. Would you change anything?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, we're going to have a list.
No, I don't think so. I think we're continuing to explore, shall we say, an experiment. And I feel very safe with you,
feel good.
Which is a prerequisite to anything.
That's huge for me. You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel very protected.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
All right, one
35 minutes
more.
in. Last one.
Oh, okay. How
I like this
important
one.
is it for you to orgasm during sex?
You take the lead.
Not at all. Because I don't think
Can you tell everyone what you taught me?
that satisfying sex for a woman is not the climax of is not always an orgasm. That I can be extremely sexually satisfied and having in that moment not had one. Not to say I don't ever want them. And that hasn't been a problem. But making sure that you know that that is not always my end goal. It's actually never an end goal. If it happens, great. Mm-hmm. But it's not correlated to a satisfying sexual experience.
But I think you also taught me that it's not critical for me to have it either.
Right.
We are wired to think that the end game is you guys are screaming from the mountaintops, and then we sit there, stand over you with our hands on our hips like, yes, ma'am, I got her an orgasm.
Exactly.
And then here's my man meat just showering his love on you. But that's how we're wired as a young kid, right? Mm-hmm. We're in locker rooms talking about that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I've learned in this relationship is sometimes it doesn't end that way. It's just, that was fun, right?
Yeah.
And we'll save whatever happens later for another time. And it doesn't leave. And again, I think this is an age thing. I think as you get older, you just appreciate things so much differently, right? It's one of those, if I could tell my younger self, it doesn't have to end a certain way. It's just be happy you're with someone that really appreciates you. And again, it's that equilibrium of all the buckets of life.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you taught me early on.
And the intimacy, I feel so physically close to you, even when we're just, holding hands.
They're doing the podcast. Because if people were to see this right now, you're pretty much sitting on my lap.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or just like, we're out and maybe I'll put my hand under the bottom of your shirt and rub lower part of your
Yeah,
back.
you'll go sometimes a little too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll creep toward the front.
But those things are sexy to me, like just those.
Yeah, like when we're out to dinner with people, and next thing you know, there's a hand between my legs, and I have to do one of those. Because you think that's funny.
Showing you how much I desire you.
No, I know that. But the problem is your boobies are in plain view, so I can't do that in public.
No, you can't.
Though.
Don't
you remember what you did for me what you did in Chicago?
What did I do?
Do you want to talk about what you did in Chicago?
I don't know.
You reached your hand inside my jeans, grabbed my butt. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can't just grab your boobs. Do you remember this?
You can't.
Don't you remember what you did in Chicago?
No.
Yes, you do.
I don't yet.
It was after the Robert Ursay Colts thing with Michael and the band and all that.
Oh, yeah?
Don't you remember we were standing right after we got done with the boat tour, the architectural boat tour. We're standing outside of Walgreens because I was dying of thirst. You put your hand on my butt pants on my butt. And I went, I can't do anything. And you're like, well, if you want to grab my boobs, go ahead and grab them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I went, I can grab your boobs right here in public. You're like, we're in Chicago. No one knows us. Like, so that's the criteria. But if we're in our house, in our backyard, the thought that our neighbor could possibly come out and see it.
Of course.
Right. God forbid I even go near your boobs.
Yeah. They're electrified. There's an electric sense. Exactly. You will get zapped.
This was a crazy podcast.
Yeah.
I want to thank Erin for it. So this
Erin.
is all for Erin. She got us
These
cards to talk about as icebreakers because Erin likes how we talk about Paired, which is a relationship app that gets you to know your partner better. I think we're very good on a lot of topics. That's what I think is really unique about this relationship. I think that's why we do so well. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And I don't mind talking about the sex stuff. We're not going into detail. No one needs to know that.
There weren't any real surprises in the stuff that we did answer where I was like, I don't know what he's going to say here.
I don't think there were any for me.
I can't believe he said that.
No. You know what Erin said tonight, which was really interesting? She didn't say communication. What did she say? She said we communicate really well. Remember when she said that? She said she could tell we communicate well. And you said something more recently that, like, we don't, like, early on, what did you say about figuring? You say it better than I can articulate right now.
I don't know.
We don't have the arguments we used to have with the level of intensity we used to have.
Yes. I think we are learning how to fight and how to resolve faster.
Well, I think we listen really well. Like even on we had a drive thing that happened, ended fast. We had something else that happened, ended fast. Like I think this is a great example. Think about the things that could have happened. So I'm not saying that this was in my head. Okay. Because I want you to know this. I really mean it. You got to hear me as being so truthful right now. And what I'm comparing against is what I think I would have reacted to in the past and how it could have gotten worse.
Sure.
But we got in the car today. We were going to go to the flea market. It's about an hour away. And we brought our bikes. And I just happened to glance down for some reason, glanced at the car and saw that the gas light was on. Oh, yeah. And in many cars nowadays, it'll tell you how many miles you have left to drive. Right? So how many remaining miles you have based upon what fuel you have in the tank. And they always overestimate it, right? So you can hit 0 and drive farther than you think.
Goodness, yeah.
But we saw it as 0 when we were 4 miles away from a gas station, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I think when you're in a relationship and, the Gottmans talk about contempt and all that kind of stuff, I want you to know my first reaction was this. All right, we got to find a gas station. That was it. Let's just find a gas station. Then what did I say to you? If we don't get one, like you were like, let's take the bikes off the back and ride to a gas station. And I'm like, I'm not riding my bike on an expressway, right? And I went, well, I've got AAA, so who gives a shit, right? So my brain went to, can we solve this? Yep. And then it was, okay, let's drive slower because the faster you drive, the more you burn through gas. Let's just sit at 60 and we'll get there.
Yep.
And then we got the gas and I was laughing because I was teasing you and going, oh my God, hurry up. And right. So I want you to know what didn't go through my mind at all, but could have. And I think this is where it ties to the whole sex talk right now.
Sure.
Because we've learned how to really communicate with one another.
Yeah.
It could have gone this way. When you got in the fucking car, how could you not see that the gas tank was low? Right? You can see where that could, I know you've been in relationships like that, right?
Right.
Where you look at the other person and go, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
As I said to you as the gas there, you could have said to me, didn't you know we had gas? You drove it yesterday. Right? You see how there were so many things that could have happened?
Right.
But because we don't get caught up in that anymore, right?
Yeah.
And even you got a little tense with me when I was teasing you about hurry up, right? I was making fun of you. And you're like, oh, now that we're by the gas station. But so many things could have gone wrong, correct?
Always.
And when you care about your partner, I swear to you, there was not a moment that went through my head of how the fuck did she not check the gas? Right?
Yeah.
All that went through my head was, okay, so this is kind of funny. If we don't have gas, we'll talk about it on the podcast.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, well, we're going to be late probably if we run out of gas.
But you kind of see how we communicate better now. And, and so that leads to the whole sex conversation.
Yeah, that situation we could have easily slipped into blame for each other, especially if we would have truly been stranded on the side of the road for a minute and tension would have been higher. We ended up making it just fine, but
honest to God, it wouldn't have bothered me if we had called AAA. I would have laughed at it.
Yeah,
I really mean it, because what I have learned with you and with us, and our arguments and disagreements, they happen fast. We've learned one another well. Our physical relationship is awesome. It's not always in sync. It's kind of silly and funny sometimes.
Yeah.
I just love being real with you.
Yeah.
I love being real with you.
Yeah.
I love you to death.
I love you to death too.
I mean it. I love being real with you. And that's why I think this is working. And I want to end here if I can.
Okay. We
told Erin tonight that the purposes of the podcast isn't necessarily to entertain or amuse people. It's for someone to take a look at our life. We're letting you look at what we're doing basically once a week. And if you glean something positive from it or whatever you want from it to learn about maybe your next relationship because you're going through a divorce, or maybe you're fixing your relationship right now. We hope to have more guests on to talk about what we're learning and experiencing. But we've been through shit. We thought we were with the right partners, right?
Yeah.
And so
few times over.
Anyway, I just think this is really cool, and I'd like that we had this topic today. It was funny for me.
Yeah, that was entertaining. Good
Okay.
stuff. All
Is that
right.
enough? Did I talk too much?
No, you're good, babe.
Okay.
You're good, babe. All right.
On that note, what do we say? What did
next
you just?
time,
What was that face?
I'm looking at my hair, making a face.
Look at my ear.
Next time
Seriously,
I'll wash
look at
my
my
hair.
ear. It should be right there. And look, it's like from wearing a mask.
Okay. And on that note, we're signing off. Bye, peoples.
Peace.